Hello, everyone. It is Lou here from Click Love Grow, and today I'm chatting to the gorgeous Melis Fialho. She is from Charleston in the US. Melis, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you so much for letting me be here. It's amazing.
Well, I'm really excited to chat with you. We love your photography and seeing your images shared, and I'm really excited to share them with our community today. And we're going to be talking a little bit, obviously, about the advanced course, but we wanted to talk to you about the process of finding your style in photography, because I know a lot of people can relate to that. But before we dive in, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you are in the world, and how you found Click Love Grow?
So I am originally from Turkey, from Istanbul, and we live now in Charleston, South Carolina, and my husband's from Portugal. So we're just a little community of foreigners here in Charleston, in the southeast, and we have 3 kids. And I found Click Love Grow through, I think it was a Facebook ad back in, I think, 2019. And I had just had my last baby, my son, and I really wanted to be able to take photos and learn how to use the camera, and that's how everything started.
Well, I'm so glad that you did find us. And you were saying before as well, you've got 2 girls and a boy, just like I do. And so you probably got the same as me, whereas the girls' baby photos, because I wasn't really as into photography when they were little, they have like lots of the snapshots, but then Harry came along when I was into photography, so he got all the beautiful, really nice photos.
Yes, exactly. Actually, I used some of the photos that I, use my son as a model on the advanced course too. And yeah, he was the perfect model. And my girls, like you said, a lot of cell phone pictures, and with my son, it's beautiful portraits.
I love that. Yeah. I'm sure, it'll click one day, but let's have a look at some of your photos. And there's such a beautiful growth in your images. I'm just going to bring these up on the screen. And I can totally relate to being foreigners living in the South, because when I lived in Savannah, Georgia, we had a really big expat community there. And in fact, lots of our grads I met when we were living as expats in Savannah, and they're part of the community too, which is really lovely.
Right.
Okay. Sorry, I'm losing all the buttons today. Here we go. Okay. This is a gorgeous photo to start with, Melis. So can you tell us a little bit about this photo and why you love it?
So this is actually one of my first paid professional photo shoots that I ever did, and this was with a mom and this little girl, August. She was turning 1, and I just love the tones and the background with the oak trees. We have such amazing different backgrounds and textures in Charleston. I think like that's one of the best things about living here. And yeah, so I just love that this shows the connection between the little girl and her mom, and the tones.
Oh, the tones are really gorgeous, and your use of color in the images, and then that allows that beautiful moment where she's looking up at her mom to really shine. So I would love to ask, looking at this shot, you've used the light really beautifully. I love the color coordination and how you've edited it. What were some of the favorite things that you learned in the advanced course to bring all of this together?
I mean, the advanced course, I feel like all the lessons just were so incredibly useful in helping me understand everything in much more depth and be more confident. I love the light lesson, because I also learned my style through, I think, using the light and also exposure. I always tend to just underexposed just a little bit to get those bold colors. And with the advanced course, I basically gained the confidence, like to play around and, do different exposures and use the light in different ways. So yeah, it definitely brought everything together for me.
I love that. And it's true, actually. I love that when people say they feel the confidence to play around and experiment, because I feel like that's such a valuable way to learn. And sometimes we don't feel confident trying different things.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm glad that you were able to do that. So I do want to have a look at which way am I going? Before and after. Where did I put them? Right back at the beginning. So are these your two girls?
Yes, they're my two girls. Yeah.
They're so sweet. And look, I feel like this is like a classic photo that we all take of our kids, right?
Right, exactly.
And so
I think this was after the enthusiast course,
yeah.
where I did learn how to focus and, somewhat position. But as you can see, like after the advanced course is just a completely different
The after
style.
is really dramatic, but you're totally right. Like, you have the light in their eyes, they're nice and sharp. You've got down to that level. So all those foundational things that we talk about, you were able to capture, and it is a really sweet shot. But looking at your after, it is a really big transformation. How does it feel to you seeing the difference in your images from, mastering the basics to then elevating your work like this?
It feels amazing. I mean, in general, I don't have a lot of confidence in a lot of things, but my photography is, I can say that I am confident in my photography, and, thanks to this course, because, I just got everything was so easy to understand, easy to follow. The community is amazing. So, you constantly get positive feedback and encouragement. So I completely forgot why I am talking about this now, but
Yeah.
it's just really, I feel like took my photography to the next level.
Well, congrats on starting your business as well.
Thank you.
That is really exciting. And it's so wonderful that you can capture these images for other people as well. But tell me about this photo and what it is that you love about it.
I mean, as you can see, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous family.
Yes.
And their outfits are just beautiful. The colors came together so beautifully. And also the background. I mean, it's this is at Folly Beach, and I think the trees, the sun, the golden hour, everything just came so perfectly together. And yeah, it's
gorgeous. I love how Mum's put herself in that beautiful emerald green. She stands out wonderfully, and it just it works really well with all the lovely warm tones. So here's another one, and I love this because this is so Charleston. You've included the buildings, and tell us about this photo and why you love it.
I think I love the movement in this photo because it's an action shot, and like you said, it's also a beautiful city backdrop, and the colors. This was for a Christmas session, so the girls are in their beautiful green outfits. So
you've got their monogram
and the colors,
which is gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And you're right, you're telling the story from where they're located, but the movement really works, I think, capture the child, like they're little kids. And so,
exactly.
I think having that movement there just adds that sense of fun and captures their personalities. It's really beautiful. And again, you've mastered the light here really well.
Thank you. Thanks to the courses.
Yeah. So here's another one of the mom from this session. Is it the same mom?
It's the same mom, yes. She was pregnant with her fourth baby. Wow. Yeah, she was gorgeous. Yeah.
So beautiful. So again, tell us about this photo. I love, she's got the softness and the drapery and the color, but then you've positioned her near these quite stark trees and dry grasses. And so it has this great contrast.
Right. I also love like you said, the contrast and the textures, and I just feel like this day was just an overall amazing day for photography. I feel like because as you can see, the light was beautiful, and yeah, it's I think
You
the
positioned it
background just
really nicely.
makes the photo, yeah.
Yeah, and I bet this family would have loved the photos you captured for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's another one that has a totally different feel to it. Obviously the light and the sky is different, but you really made it work so that it has a very different mood and feeling. Can you tell us about this one?
Right. This one was a senior session, and this beautiful young lady, she came to the session with hopes of sunshine and a
Oh,
beautiful blue sky, but as you can see, it was just a very dark, cloudy day. But I think it just worked beautifully with what she was wearing, and we added that scarf for some movement and some color pop, and again with the beautiful backdrop from one of the beaches in Charleston. So
yeah, absolutely stunning. And in fact, what she's wearing really does work with that darker, moodier look, which sometimes if you were dressing for a session for sunlight, you could wear something that was very light and airy, but this one really works for both.
right, I agree. And I always tell my clients, I will never cancel a session until, it is actually raining and there's thunder and storm, because I also love shooting at, these kind of conditions where the clouds are so dramatic in the background,
Oh, the sky is so dramatic. And that's great to have the confidence to be able to work with whatever the weather is giving you.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. So I've got to ask, what was your favorite lesson inside the advanced course?
I think overall I would have to say light, because I feel that, with light you can manipulate so much. The feeling, the colors and everything. So I think like really mastering the light really makes a difference on your photography. So yeah, I love that lesson.
Well, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. And I can tell all throughout your work, you use the light really beautifully. And I'd love to ask you, what are your favorite lenses to shoot with that you're using for these sessions?
So I am not able to separate from my 35 focal length. It's a prime lens, and I try to use sometimes 85 and 55, but I think I just love how much we can see with a 35, what's going on around us. So yeah, I am a 35 millimeter girl.
It is a really sweet one. Did you use it for this session here?
I did, yes.
Yes. And I love that eye contact you've made with the little boy. What are your favorite types of sessions to shoot?
I really love sessions with children. I just love the connection that they have with their parents. I mean, this little boy was kind of like hiding behind his mom's legs, and it's just, I feel like the kids add so much to the photos, and yeah, I just like to play around and capture the natural moments.
Yeah, I love that. And it's so sweet because they're the kind of photos that families are really going to love having too, those little personality shots. And the 35 as a wide lens is going to let you have that great interaction with the families while you're still nice and close.
Right, exactly.
I love that. Well, I wanted to ask you, we are obviously promoting the advanced course. Our next one starts September 27th, so that's not too far away. So if anyone is thinking about the course and wondering if it's right for them or they're not sure, do you have any words of inspiration for them?
For me, advanced course really changed the course of my life, basically, because I became so confident that I cannot believe I became a photographer, a business owner, and I'm doing really, really well. And I mean, credits to, this advanced course. It's just, if you're thinking about it, I would say just go for it, because it's just amazing. The community is amazing, and it's like a constant, you can always get advice and encouragement. It's an amazing community to be a part of. So
well, we're so glad that you're a part of our community. One of the things
you.
I've loved seeing in your images is that you have a really unique style, in the way that you process your images and the way that you use color and light, even when they're different styles of photos. I would love to ask you too about that process of finding your style. Was that something that you found a little bit daunting, or is it something that came over time?
Yeah, so basically before the advance, I didn't even think that I had to, have a style. I just basically took straight out of camera, and editing was not really part of the process, really. And after the advanced, I feel like I understand now how strong also editing can be with, bringing the photos to life. And I think finding my style, it just came slowly. I did, experience with different styles, but I just love the pop of color and the contrast and boldness, so that's where I am right now.
Yeah, I love it. And I think that's so true. You can experiment with different styles. And even if you are where you are right now, for anyone watching, it's totally fine to change styles over time and bring in different elements that you love and play with that. So I love the way that your photography has evolved, Melis. And so thank you so much for sharing with us. And thank you for
so
being live
much.
here today.
Thank you, Lou.
And to everyone watching who has joined our Through Her Lens series this week, big thanks for taking part. You can watch all the replays here on our Click Love Grow Facebook page. And of course, if you're interested in the advanced photography course, we'll pop the link in the comments, but just head to clicklovegrow.com. You'll see that there's a link there. We're open for the next week and we get started on the 27th of September. And I'm so excited to welcome all our new students into the advanced course and look forward to sharing your results in the future. Big thank you, Melis, and to everyone watching. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.